This is a protest China is happy to allow. Such public anger is normally banned here, but not when it's aimed at old foe Japan. Japan's embassy in Beijing and consulates across the country targeted, Japanese-owned businesses attacked, and calls for a boycott of Japanese products. The protests may be staged, but the anti-Japanese feelings come naturally.
If that bastard Japan is too out of line, we can use force. We are as strong as them, at least in military.
I think China should use force, since it impacts the fundamental interest of our nation. There is no need to consider further on this issue.
The flashpoint, a dispute over who owns what China calls the Diaoyu Islands. Japan asserts its control of the rocky outcrops for over a century. China says its claim dates back hundreds of years. There shouldn't be any discussion on Diaoyu Island. It has always been a part of China. Chinese analysts like Guo Xiangjiang say this is a fight rooted in history and age-old hatreds. Diaoyu, or as Japan calls them, Senkaku, have been won and lost in war. Japan says China ceded sovereignty when it lost the Sino-Japanese War in 1895. Japan's surrender in World War II clouded the issue again. Japan says it won back the islands in a 1972 treaty with the United States. The US handed over the island to Japan for its own purpose during the Cold War, Guo Xiangjiang says. So personally, I think the US should take the blame for the dispute on Diaoyu Island. China's foreign ministry says the US should stay out of this dispute. We hope that the US can earnestly honour its principle of not taking positions on the Diaoyu issue, this spokesman says. And there's another factor. China is preparing for a leadership transition amidst Communist Party infighting. Right now it suits the power brokers to have public anger directed at an enemy outside rather than an enemy within. Stan Grant, CNN, Beijing.